All right, welcome back to Net to Net Podcast. I'm your host, Sam Kelty, aka Scout, here with Casey, and finally back to the pod after a brief absence, Caleb Kirsch. How are you guys doing today?
Good to be with you.
Nice. So, we are doing this a little later. Premier League kicked off on Friday, Man U, Fulham. But here, today, we're going to do our predictions, so I'm going to swing off to Casey real quick.
Yeah, so I think we'll start off with who's going to win the league this year. For me, it's got to be Man City. You know, the dominant team over the last, 7 years or so. We call it the Klopp era, even though it's not the Klopp era. It's more the Guardiola era. And
I don't remember
almost every
that.
single Premier League, and they're going to do it again. It's pretty obvious.
I don't think anyone's ever called it the Klopp era. It's always been Pep era.
Yeah, I don't know. Caleb's called it the Klopp era many times.
As in his time there is the Klopp era, not when you're going up against a team with 115 charges, who cheats for years and years and years, and also spends big every summer and gets to
allegedly
go around the financial rules every year.
To all our fans out there, it's all allegedly.
Well, the case is going to be coming, and they're one of the top teams for the relegation bets right now. So whatever. Yeah, it's allegedly. One of the top teams for relegation bets over the likes of like Crystal Palace and Wolves and things like that. But yeah,
you think who's going to win the league then if it's not City?
I have City down here. If let's say they get off scot-free, they would win the league. I've heard a couple rumblings here and there that they're going to get big points deduction, or if they do get relegated, I would be happy about that. No team is above the law just because they're rich. No team is above the law because they have these fancy lawyers. So I just like to point that out there. I do have City, and I think they'll win it pretty handedly. And if there's no points deduction.
Just clarification for our fans, the Man City has been charged with allegedly breaching 115 charges in the Premier League rules. Their trial date is set for September 16th, but if they are found guilty or anything, the effect will not happen until 2025 of the next season, so they would not be relegated this season. They would have to be relegated next season. Contacts clearing out what we were talking about. It's allegedly... Who knows if it'll actually... They say it'll take about 10 to 20 weeks before they come to a verdict. But the date does start on the 16th of September.
This smells like a Harbaugh situation. This smells like Harbaugh right here. Pep is going to leave after this year, let City deal with all those things that pop up that he's been a part of, other managers have been a part of. So, I feel like he'll go to some international management.
Do you think he should stay and go to the championship? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, if he's if he wants to prove himself as, no doubt about it, if he were to lose a bunch of his players, maybe use some of these players that are not first teamers and, get back up, I'm sure.
Would Klopp have stayed?
Klopp was running out of energy. I mean,
he didn't stay already.
The guy works for FSG, so, you see Celtics fans out here saying they wish that FSG doesn't buy them because that's the next project that they want to do. Penguins fans aren't very happy about it. Red Sox fans aren't very happy about it. Liverpool fans aren't very happy about them. So, I think that might be a part of it. But
Man City have set a deadline for Pep to make a decision around Christmas time, so that's when he'll have to make a decision. But going back to what we're talking about today, Man City, I think everybody has them as the favorites to win. Pep has won 6 of the last 7 since joining Man City, and we're talking about a dynasty. We talk about the likes of the New England Patriots, the Golden State Warriors, the New York Yankees, and Manchester City in that conversation, and Real Madrid in that conversation.
Slide them in. Hey, how'd the game go today? How'd the game go today?
I'll bring that up later.
Yeah.
You'll have my reaction on the Real Madrid La Liga starts and kickoff probably tomorrow or something like that. But back to it, City honestly didn't do too much in the transfer window. Signing Savia really was their biggest signing. They still have João Cancelo, who they're probably going to end up selling with the last 2 weeks in the window. But Savio played today against Chelsea. Kind of a lackluster debut. There was some good things we saw from him when him and Doku switched sides because he was kind of struggling on that right-hand side with Gusto's pace. But on the other side, when he switched against Cucurella, he kind of burned Cucurella multiple times. So he looked good, but they have the best striker and the best player in the Premier League. Hands down, Haaland is the best player in the Premier League. The second best player wasn't even playing today in Rodri. And then they have the third best player in Kevin De Bruyne. City stacked back to front. They're going to win the league. They'll probably win it, I want to say, by 5 or 6 points, maybe.
You think they get to 90 points, Sam?
I think they get to 100. I think this team is good. This team is really good. I don't see Liverpool hanging with them. Arsenal maybe. Depends on what they do at the midfield situation. If they sell Partey and bring in someone before the window. Tottenham, no. Newcastle, no. Chelsea, no. Man U, no.
Okay, Chelsea in that conversation
West
is
Ham,
laughable.
Villa,
but okay.
no.
What
I don't see
West
anyone.
Ham and Chelsea, yeah, they should be in that conversation.
I don't see anyone competing with City.
Southampton, are they in that conversation?
No, they're not in that conversation.
You're starting saying all these like mid-table teams like Chelsea.
What about Everton? Are they in it?
I just like to point out, I think Doku started on the right and Savinho started on the left, and then they switched because I didn't get to see the whole game, and so Doku was on the right at the beginning. But yeah, I think City will be probably at least 10 points ahead. I don't think it's going to be even as close as what Sam thinks. I think it'll be farther away. I think Arsenal and Liverpool will not get to the heights that they were maybe last year. I think Liverpool ended with like 78. I think Arsenal and City were in the 80s, I believe. So, yeah, I think Savinho will be insane. It's crazy how they got him for 20 million. I wonder how they're allowed to do that. Maybe because it's Man City.
Doku started on the left.
I watched the beginning of the game and I had to leave in the middle of it, and Doku was up against Cucurella multiple times. So that's how it was. And the commentators even pointed out that Doku's typically a left winger and he was playing on the right. Just mainly probably for crossing reasons, things like that, because, you know, Savinho's left-footed, which I think he will be very, 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 very good. The first time I really sat down and watched him in depth was in the Copa America, and I thought he was, when he would come on, he was incredible, and I think City's going to definitely use that to their advantage. Rodri, I think, is the best player on Man City. Obviously, with Haaland being, you know, the ultimate goal scorer, he's like 91 goals already for Man City. I think overall, Rodri is the reason why they win most of their games. Because without him, it's a different way of, like, different Man City team. And you could say, oh, they beat Chelsea today. I mean, come on, it's Chelsea. Their midfield is atrocious. They spent, $300 million on 3 midfielders, and pretty lackluster, if you ask me. So, yeah, City will run away with this pretty early, I think.
Yeah, I think me and Casey watched Savio last year. We've watched him a little bit longer than Caleb has in La Liga. Look what he did with Girona, the Champions League spot.
He tore up La Liga.
He did.
Tore it up.
I remember the game he had against Barca where he just completely obliterated who he was going up against. It was embarrassing. I know for the first 15, 20 minutes against Real Madrid last year, he gave him headaches, but then we all know how that game ended. But he's a great player. What a buy from Man City. He was bought by City Football Group, who owns multiple clubs, which that's nowadays you see bigger teams buying. It's kind of like the baseball thing where they have like AAA minor league teams. You're now starting to see that a lot with City, like the City Football Group, the Eagle Football Group with Crystal Palace, Botafogo, and Lyon. You're starting to see it. You see it with Chelsea and Strasbourg. So it's a thing that's probably going to start happening more now, which is, I don't know, good, I guess, for the sport. Because then you can loan out your players.
They did just start making rules on permanent signings, right after the Savinho transfer, which I think is kind of ironic because team that's under investigation. But Casey, what do you think?
Yeah, I think he's a terrific player. I think it's a steal how they got him. But, I mean, they did buy him before that point. I mean, that's kind of the reason they were able to do this is because their ownership group had invested in him beforehand when he was an unknown player, and they loaned him out to Girona, thinking that he's still young and he had experience in La Liga, which is one of the top leagues. He wouldn't have been able to play for Man City. So let's just bring him into Girona, one of the decent sides in La Liga, not expecting them to be top four, but he was able to push them into the top four and show that he's worth more than anyone could have expected. Now, buying him for $20 million, that's a bit crazy, but I mean, it's going to themselves anyways, so it doesn't really matter that much.
The new rule is that you have to buy him at the correct market price, which I think when they
But
first
who's
bought
to
him,
determine the correct
he
market
was
price?
he was bought for 30 million euros and whatever that is in dollars.
maybe I saw the dollars one, but anyways, it's just
Who's
below.
to determine the correct market value, though?
Yeah,
I mean, there's people that are credited to market values. I mean, I guess if you want to take them into account or not.
What, are
But
they going to pull up Transfer Market and be like, all right, you have to pay this?
I mean, that's the one that I sometimes use, but I mean, you got to think like it can't be, Rodri for 30 million. You know what I mean? Like he's worth like around like above at least, he's pretty high up. So, anyways,
at least 100 mil.
Yeah. All right. So next one, I have City. Next one I have you guys may think it's interesting, but I have a bad feeling about a certain team that I put in third, so I put Liverpool in second. I have a good feeling about Slot, and I think Trent's gonna step up this year a lot more, and I think Salah and Van Dijk. And I'm worried it's like a last dance type of situation because they're all three of those guys are under 1 year of their contract now. I'm worried that it's kind of a last dance situation because FSG lets people go for free and then they want to go spend more money for the Red Sox. So, so I have a good feeling about this year, and I think if we can keep Jota fit, we will be cooking. So,
yeah. I got Arsenal in second. Just in the fact that Arne Slot during preseason said, "Why do I need to go out and buy new people if we have the best players in that position right now?" So it sounds like it's not just FSG not willing to spend the money. We saw them go out and try to get Zubamendi. We saw them try to go get Andre in the winter from Fluminense. They were linked to him. Fluminense
not with
rejected.
Slot.
Well, I'm just saying with FSG, Fluminense rejected it. It just sounds like Slot's content with the team he has, which is fine and all that. If they all fit his philosophy, that's fine. Compared to the other teams that have made better moves, Arsenal, and we saw Arsenal last year, was better than Liverpool at most of the time during the season. They've gelled together. I would say most of the players I think on Arsenal and Liverpool have been together around the same amount of time.
But here's the thing, Scott. Let me finish your point. I want to ask you a question.
Honestly, Arteta is a better manager than Slot. Arsenal just has more firepower. Arsenal is the second most complete team in the English Premier League. I think so. From hands down, from back to front.
What's the most important thing about getting? How do you get points in this league?
They got David Raya, Engel, who's a great goalie. He was clean sheets.
Not better than Alisson. But okay.
Clean sheets. Okay. Yes, individually he's not better, but
let's go to the striker position because that's
team sport. No. Arsenal soccer is a team sport.
Sure, but listen, the striker position is what worries me. I don't know if they can keep up this year. Is what I'm saying. They're not going to keep up with City, and neither will Liverpool. But Gabby Jesus is not on better form than Jota, Gakpo, and I would argue Nunez as well. And I don't think he'll be able to handle this year. And Kai Havertz, I don't think is either, because he's been changing positions back and forth. So, where do they get the goals from? Saka? Okay, let's double team Saka every time. Is he going to score that many goals if you're double teaming every time? Who knows? Where are you going to find the goals other than Saka with Arsenal this year? Martinelli has not scored many goals. He really hasn't.
Havertz. How many goals did Havertz score last year?
I don't know, but he's not as prolific as Gakpo and Jota.
Yeah, but you can only play so many players at a time, Caleb.
Yeah.
And I think the point of Arsenal is they're more of a complete team, whereas they don't have as many gaps You could say the striker position, but they still have quality there, and they have players who can fill in there, like Gabriel Jesus or even Havertz, who scored the other day. But I would say their defense is more solid, especially for this year.
They don't have the
Defense,
best center back in the world, but okay.
Okay.
they have
They have
Saliba,
one.
they have
Saliba and Gabriel.
Ben
who are-
White, they brought in Calafiori.
Yep.
They have
Tomiyasu.
exactly
They still have Zinchenko.
They
Robertson
have
Robertson goes down and Tamiska comes in. Or whoever's playing left back, if it's Calfori goes down or whatever, you still have Zinchenko. You still have Jurgen Timbers, who literally who's pretty much a new signing because he played one game last year. He's pretty much a new signing.
And you're also forgetting the past 3 seasons, a huge Arsenal defender has gone down every single time.
And
they have the old Man U doctor. I saw a thing about it. The old Man U doctor who would send people in when they were injured, and now they have him. So I just don't see them carrying it along this season. That's it.
Yeah, but you're starting Van Dijk with Kwanzaa, who is 17 years old, played 1 year in the Premier League
20.
with barely any experience. Okay, 20 years old, barely experienced in the Premier League. Are you really saying you'll take a?
He
Van
got called
Dijk?
up. He got called up to the England squad, but okay.
Yeah, but he didn't make the final squad.
And we also have Ibu Konate.
Who is getting benched for a 20-year-old?
He came on in the second half.
Who is injury prone? You can't trust Konate. I would. Are you okay?
You can't trust Saliba then. You can't trust Gabriel.
You can trust
you
Saliba
can't trust
Gabriel.
You can't trust Timber.
But no, as
you
a
can't
part-
trust
as a
all these
partner-
guys.
trusting more, Liverpool or Arsenal?
If
this
Yeah,
season?
someone
who's
got
back,
injured,
who's
it doesn't
two
mean
center
you
back
can't.
pairing are you trusting more? Gabriel and Saliba, or Kwanzaa and Van Dijk? Who are you trusting
even the
more?
whole defense? Who are you trusting more this season, Caleb? Arsenal or Liverpool?
We have a better defense than them. Trent Alexander-Arnold, did you see his pass? Set up the goal. I don't know anyone on Arsenal's defense that could do that.
I don't need to.
They have creators all over the field, though. They don't need a right back to do that.
Yeah, we have a right back that
We're
can take
talking
over
about
the
a
game.
team,
And we have the best center back in the
and
world,
you're
and the
saying
best goalie in the
Arsenal's
world.
defense is worse than Liverpool. When okay, you have the best goalie and the best center back in the world, but you conceded 41 goals, and Arsenal conceded 29 last year.
And
it's the same defense. It's the same defense going into this year. It's the same Arsenal defense.
You're also forgetting
and you're
that
adding Calfori.
You're also forgetting that
season.
Robertson had a shoulder injury out for a long time, so we had Joe Gomez. And Trent was out for multiple months. And Allison was out for multiple months. So bring that into account. Klopp played a more attacking, open style than Slot does, if you've seen the last couple games. It's a lot more compact. It's a lot more defensively sound. I mean, Ipswich had a couple chances, but under Klopp, who knows who would... We went down 1-0 multiple times, probably 10, 15 times in the past, last year, right away. The first couple minutes, we would get scored on. That's my point. Slot will shut that down, and with the likes of Gakpo, Nunez, and Harvey Elliott coming off the bench, we could switch out a whole front three, and we'd still be able to compete with the top teams.
Let's talk about the midfield real quick. Hold on. So, Caleb, do you think Liverpool has any even close to a midfield, the same type of midfield as Arsenal, and even close?
If you put some of them up against them, no, I don't think it's as comparable. But I would say our attackers and defense are better. Midfield, they can have the midfield.
Yeah, who's going to be better this season then? Let me ask you this real quick: star versus star, Saka or Salah? Who's going to have a better season?
Mo Salah. That's not even a question.
My thing is, Kirsch is talking about the striker position of Jesus and injured the last 3 years.
You have Gakpo, the top scorer of the Euros, and you have Nunez.
Okay, being a top scorer of the Euros doesn't mean it translates to the club.
It doesn't mean anything. Okay.
It doesn't mean that it's going to translate to their club form, and vice versa. Like you saw last year, and you saw this year, Nunez was unbelievable for Uruguay. When he played for Liverpool, he was
the top assistant striker up until the last couple games of the season.
Well, I mean, think about it this way, Caleb. Danny Olmo was the best player in the Euros. Is he going to be the best player in Europe this season?
And Barca shelled out $70 million for a guy who played the same position
55
as Gundogan.
Bro. You're
Cole Palmer might have arguably been one of the best wingers in the Prem last year. goes to England and he makes the team but doesn't really play much. It shows.
Well,
It does. Some don't.
now
Sometimes it
you
doesn't
are
translate. It
Sam,
doesn't translate.
we've had this conversation multiple
Gakpo's
times
good.
about England and Southgate, and now you're bringing it up. All these years I've been saying it, now you're bringing it up. I just think it's funny.
Well, it's
trash,
true.
Sam. Come on.
I mean,
Yeah, Southgate is trash. Southgate is trash. I'll give you that. Southgate is trash. He is not that good. But he is
just
better than
fired for you to say that. Apparently,
He is better than Berhalter. I would still take him over Berhalter.
You're bringing up Berhalter.
Yeah, because you guys trashed on me for saying I would rather have Southgate as our manager over Berhalter, and you guys looked at me like I was crazy.
Well, I didn't want Southgate.
I'm happy with Pochettino.
Sam, envision this,
like
right? Envision this.
Alright.
We're playing in Trinidad and Tobago or something, and Balogun scores a goal. You got Pulisic playing right wing back. You got Weah playing left wing back. You got Brendan Aronson playing CDM. Like, that's Southgate ball right there.
Yeah, that's probably it. But back to it. Gakpo was really good for the Netherlands because that team fit his style. I don't think him at Liverpool is going to change much. I also don't think Slot's a good manager. I think that was an overreach on a buy. You had Terzic out there, who is a better manager than Slot. Terzic is a better manager than Slot, and you didn't go.
I think there was a reason why they
is a better manager than Slot, and you could have got him.
Tuchel would
Allegri is out there.
Here's the thing about hold on.
Allegri.
Here's the thing about Tuchel. He would never accept the Liverpool job. He's taken a couple of the old Klopp jobs. There was a story that came out. He hates Klopp so much. If he went to Liverpool, you think the amount of people talking about Klopp at Dortmund was a lot? Dude, it is off the charts with people at Liverpool. He would have had a migraine every day. He would have hated the life there.
Would you say Tuchel's better than Slot?
Yes, for now, but
would you say Terzic is better than
Slot? Will show us.
Is Terzic better than Slot?
I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I think Slot will prove himself as one of the best managers in the Prem.
Is he going to win a Champions League with Liverpool?
Not this year. Not this year.
That's a good joke.
Not this year. Not this year. Not this year.
Well,
not this year.
I would have taken Allegri. I would have taken Allegri
Okay,
over
that's
Slot.
negative football. Liverpool fans would not accept that.
What? Allegri?
Dude, the guy, he has some freaking haram football. Have you watched Juve in the past 2 years? Oh my god, I would have died if we got him. I would have died.
He would have better been.
He was on the short list for 2015 or whatever when we fired Brendan Rodgers. Him, Carlo, and Klopp were the nominees.
Should have went for Carlo, man.
Yeah, should have went for Carlo. He would have been your best manager of all time.
He went to the better side of Liverpool.
Yeah, he did.
Good one. That team hasn't won a title in like 30
years.
That,
Sam, we both had Arsenal number 2, right?
Yeah.
And then we both had Liverpool 3. Caleb, you had Liverpool 2.
Yeah, Sam's an idiot here, so I have Arsenal third.
Caleb, you had Liverpool 2, Arsenal 3, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Sam, who'd you have in your 3 slot? You get
this is about to be hilarious.
I had Liverpool in 4th, just scraping by. I think Slot, because Liverpool has one of the easiest schedules to start a season. I believe Liverpool has one of the most easiest schedules to start the season.
I'm pretty sure we play Man U or something pretty soon, so if you call them easy, I guess.
% would, because have you seen them play lately? And their injury history? Yeah, with a late goal in like the 89th minute from Joshua Zirka, because they decided to play Bruno Fernandes up front for like 90 minutes.
Zirka? Zirka? From the Sidemen coming in?
Oh my god. Yes. Liverpool.
We have Brentford, Man U, Nottingham, Bournemouth,
Wolves, Crystal Palace, and then Chelsea.
And then the easiest game, Chelsea.
Arsenal.
Yep, easiest game of that.
Well,
you have an easy
1-1 tie at Chelsea.
Slot's gonna have the honeymoon phase for the first couple months because they're gonna be really easy wins, and then probably by mid-season is when it's all gonna start going downhill for him because he's not gonna be able to cope with all the teams that upgraded. He's not gonna be able to keep up in the Champions League and the EFL Cup and
we have one of the best academies in the world now, so pull them up like Barca.
I love what the guy's done in his first season in London.
Oh no!
Ante Postecoglou is gonna lead Tottenham to 3rd place. I just
wait. Pause there for a second. Sam, you spent a whole year clowning Casey about his obsession with Spurs in last year's prediction to just go on and be the same person. Okay, I love it. I love to hear this. Let's hear it.
Okay.
Let's hear your reasoning.
Okay. Yes, last year, because we didn't know what Postecoglou brought to the table because he is a new manager, it's a new team, bringing in his new philosophy. We didn't know what was happening. We saw flashes of what it could be in his second season last year. Yes, they probably should have finished fourth, but they kind of choked it at the end. I'm not going to say that they should have gone fourth, but they did choke it. Vicario, really good keeper. We saw that last year. Christian Romero had a great summer with Argentina. He's going to continue that form. Mickey Van de Ven had a great Euros tournament when he was healthy and playing. We saw he was really good. Udogie's back. Pedro Porro's good. The midfield, you get a healthy James Madison. Bentancur had a decent Copa America. Basuma. And they did sell Oliver Skip for like $35 million to Leicester today. So they're probably going to bring someone in with that money. You still have Hinman's son. And they got one of the best strikers from last season. And Dominic Solanke. He is a great striker. And you don't have to worry about his production in the Premier League. He gave you 21 goals in all competition for Bournemouth last year on a crappy Bournemouth team. And gives you 19 goals in the Premier League last year. Had more goals than Darwin Nunez, Rasmus Højlund, who else? Oh, a bunch of other players that went for a lot more money than Dominic Solanke and scored more goals. I think the only people he didn't score more goals was Haaland and Ollie Watkins and Cole Palmer, maybe. Other than those three, I just like what Postecoglou's doing.
I just like how you went on a big tangent when I said Liverpool ahead of Arsenal.
It's not a bad shout.
To now say Tottenham's
not,
squad is better than Liverpool's squad.
I don't think they're making top four,
No.
honestly.
No.
I think
Nope.
I put them at fifth, actually.
I'm here.
And a lot of for the same reason. Solanke's going to do amazing for them, I think. But he's not going to carry them to the Champions League.
Yeah, I know. Well, unless the coefficient thing happens.
Who will surprise everyone this season? And Caleb will hate this. Glory, Man United.
7th. I got
Man United will make 4th place in this year's Premier League.
Casey.
Yeah, when they're starting Harry Maguire in the first game of the season
with
because
new
they're top signing Lenny Yoro.
Joshua Zirkzee, and when Lenny Yoro, the 18-year-old, comes back, dude, with Lisandro Martinez and Jadon Sancho coming back from loan, and the greatest player in the Premier League, Antony, is on the team.
The fact that Man U signed Matthias de Ligt and he was available for the first game and he did not start over Harry Maguire, that shows something. That shows.
Hold on, Sam.
What are you doing?
He's got to get integrated with the team.
Yeah.
Okay, you could say the same thing of Mazraoui, and he started. He played 90 minutes, and he looked great. They just need to fix their left back position. You just said it yourself.
He's a great signing. I didn't even bring him into the conversation yet. Sam, you got to realize, dude, they have good players. Okay?
Casey, I'm going to go ahead and agree with you, sadly.
I got Liverpool in 4th.
Yeah, you're just wrong about that. Man U, they made some good signings, I have to admit. I mean, and they get them random flukes where they completely capitulate.
Does that mean Bruno Fernandes is going to play striker and lead them to 4th place?
No, Xerxes is a beast. Xerxes is a beast, and he will be good for them. I will admit that. And then De Ligt, I'm really high on, even though the last couple years people are kind of putting them down.
They also have one of the most
Mazraoui is a really good player. When I saw both of them going, I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
What are the odds Ten Hag gets fired halfway through the season and they just ride Ruud van Nistelrooy the rest of the way?
I think they're on the uptrend right now. Honestly, I think they were low of the low last year, and now they're going back up. So.
Yeah, sadly, I agree.
I got
Sam. I wouldn't make fun of managers who are going to leave. You're a Chelsea fan, so
I got Man U in 7th, just based off their injury history of how many players go down within the first 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And the fact that you mentioned Antony in that situation of good players.
Dude, he's a great player.
is worse than
All right,
Mikhail Mudryk.
he's gonna have better form this year, though. Come on, you agree with that?
Yeah, at getting the water bottles, Anthony is terrible.
As we're
Dude,
working in the Manny's kitchen.
And they have
He's
offered
done more than Mudryk.
They have offered teams to sign Anthony on a loan, and Man U will pay his entire salary, and
There's
people
no
are
way.
saying no because of that.
Fake
He is
news.
not good. Ten Hag is trying to recreate the Ajax team that did really good against Real Madrid, and it ain't gonna work because look how they've done. Look at Donny Van de Beek, for example. What's he doing? Oh,
He's on Girona.
He's scoring goals for Girona, and they got him for $500K
Yeah, that's crazy.
after spending like $45 million for him from Ajax.
That's crazy work.
Ten Hag, maybe if they had Ruud van Nistelrooy, I would put them in fourth. But with Ten Hag as a manager, no. I hate
So
to
you
say
think
it,
Ten
Man U.
Hag is the obstacle? It's nothing else. No,
I think
no
it's
club
Ten Hag.
culture. No.
Sam,
no.
what do you think of the signings though this season?
I like the Delict signing. As a Wari, I never really liked them, so I'm a little biased on that one.
He's a good player.
You just said he played really well today. No,
He played good He played good against a
you said he played a great
crappy
90
Fulham
minutes.
team. A crappy Fulham team.
Watch Sam have Fulham in like 10th.
Watch Sam have Fulham in like 7th.
It's the team is interesting. I would
Oh,
say.
yes, it is.
I would say the team is interesting. Euro, if he's healthy, but Ten Hag decided to play him when he was half injured, so that's on Ten Hag for doing that in a preseason match. They're like a left back and a right winger away from being in the top four, I would say.
Hey, they're going out to
They
Chilwell. I
have the
saw.
perfect right winger, bro.
Okay.
I saw they're
My
going out to
team.
Chilwell though.
Dude,
All
he's got
Yeah.
he's got the best move in the Premier League.
Jesus. All right, who do you guys got in fifth?
Spurs.
I've got Spurs.
I got Newcastle.
Okay, explain yourself.
They now have a full season with Joeington, Sandro Tonali, and
Well,
Bruno
he's not-
Gomes.
Not a full season.
Okay, he comes back August 28th. He misses one game. Calm down. Calm down. They have him. We saw what we saw from Anthony Gordon. He was great last season. Liverpool wanted to buy him. They were trying to get him for like $70
Glad
million.
we didn't get him. Glad.
Honestly,
Happy.
I think Liverpool should go get him because
No,
they got some.
that'd be a
oldies.
horrible deal. We have better wingers.
Isak, when healthy, is one of the best strikers in the Premier League. He's lethal in front of goal. He just was injured a lot last year, so we didn't really get to see a full him. I think Eddie Howe fits this bill as this team to take over for Newcastle. You get a full healthy. You bring in a veteran Premier League defender in Lloyd Kelly, who had a decent season for Bournemouth, and they got him on a free, which works out. They do. I just think if everybody stays healthy, they could be really good. They keep a hold of Trippier. I don't think they should sell Trippier. He is really good. If they can land Mark Gahey, they might be set at
Still
the
not
center
better
back
than
position.
Spurs.
Spurs. I got them in third. Why do you think I put them?
Still
in?
not better than United either.
They can actually. I trust them more scoring wise than Man U because they have Isak, they have Gordon, they have Almiron. Still, they're gonna keep him. I just like what Newcastle's doing. I think they push for that fifth place, that Europa League spot.
See what you're saying. I see what you're saying with them. I just don't think that they'll be fifth. I have them at sixth. So
I also have them at 6.
for all the right reasons that you just said, Skull, I think they'll be sixth. I don't think they'll be up in.
I got Chelsea at 6, kids.
Oh God!
I got Chelsea at 6, boys. Because
Oh,
we
brother.
pulled it off. We pulled it off last year. We can pull it off this year. Okay.
Yeah, but you actually had a pretty good manager last
Okay.
year.
Okay. The same
And
thing with Enzo.
and we didn't learn that Enzo was a racist as well.
So Enzo Maresca, we can't give him the same thing that Slot. He's a new manager. I like Enzo Maresca. He's a Pep disciple, and we know how good people that coach under Pep do. And we forget about it. Arteta had some bad years at the beginning of his Arsenal tenure. People were saying that he should be out. He should not be the manager of Arsenal. And it takes a couple of years. It takes 3 or 4 years to get a rebuild going. Liverpool went through the same thing in 2015 to
No, we were just bad.
you were in a little rebuild.
We were bad.
Arsenal went through a rebuild, and now look at them. They're back in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So it takes a process. I like Enzo Maresca. I think he's a really good manager. I liked what he did at Leicester last year, winning the championship. He's very good. Was he my first option? No. Honestly, I think everybody knew their first option was Thiago Motta, but he ended up going to Juventus. Would have liked Terzic. Terzic would have been a good shout. Allegri would have been a good shout. Someone proven. But I think the transition that we are going for younger players for the future, he fits that build. I'm not ruling out a Victor Osimhen signing at the end of the window. I hate doing these predictions before the window ends because teams change.
So long.
Hey, Napoli, did you not watch Napoli get killed by Hellas Verona today, 3-0?
I actually did not.
Because they look like crap.
Did he start? Did he play? Or was he?
Osimhen wasn't even in the squad, and they still got killed.
Oh,
yep.
I don't know what to say. Well,
Cavasquelia went off injured at the 45th minute, but Conte looked like he was mad. But other than that, he looks like he's on the way out. Conte's been singing Lukaku's praises since he got to the job, so he wants Lukaku. Napoli has offered Osimhen and Osimhen to Chelsea for Lukaku, Caceres, and $45 million. I don't if Bowie rejects that, he's an idiot because that's a steal and a half. For
Are you
Osimhen.
really questioning if he's an idiot or not?
Bowie, he's an idiot. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he should be in charge. He is not. He's a good owner, and part of. He would have been a great owner for us maybe 4 years ago when we were actually competing for the Premier League and we were spending big bucks.
He would have sold all your best players and bought some kid that nobody knows for $50 million.
I'm saying. I think it would be a lot. I think you guys would agree with me. No, you guys would agree with me if this was 4 or 5 years ago when we were competing for the Premier League. We would not be spent. We had Bowie as our owner. We would be spending a crap ton of money on big players. Big name, experienced players.
He doesn't do that. He doesn't do that.
But because we've only seen him when we've been terrible and we're buying younger players. The reason I liked Abramovich as our owner is because
he bought good players.
He bought good players and he knew ball. He knew ball because he owned multiple teams before coming to Chelsea. Bowie is only used to the Dodgers and being loaded every year with all-stars at every position. Chelsea's a different thing.
So how does he not get the all-stars on Chelsea then? I'm confused. What's the difference between the Dodgers and Chelsea? I
think
what's the difference?
Chelsea
maybe a sport issue.
I would say
you follow baseball more than both of us. Yeah. Just explain it in the most kid version terms, please.
So
I'd like to hear this.
Okay, so I would say the Chelsea at the time of Abramovich selling. We're kind of in that weird limbo of we kept our older players too long. With the Dodgers, they know when to offload their team because you forget that Bowie's making these decisions for Chelsea. With the Dodgers, they have someone else running the show.
Oh, okay. So
a general manager, and the general manager of the Dodgers kind of knows what he's doing. And with the Dodgers, in baseball, it's a little bit different. You can
spend whatever you want.
You can trade. Yeah. You have a payroll.
You're saying Bowley doesn't
you can trade older players
manager
for a lot less, or get older players for a lot less than you would think. I think hold on, Mookie Betts was traded to them for a bunch of prospects.
I feel like the Dodgers must just have better pull than Chelsea. Then I don't know what it is. I feel like they have better pull. Because it seems like when, back in the day, they had Hanley Ramirez and things like that. That guy, or
Hanley Ramirez.
Was it Manny Ramirez?
No, it was Hanley, and Hanley was one of the worst buys they ever did.
But he's a big name though.
Well, yeah, he's a big name.
You aren't getting the big namers anymore.
Yeah, we're not
unknowns
anymore.
from
I think it's just
wherever.
the direction. I think it's the direction of who's in the club right now. We let Petr Cech go, who was in that kind of sporting director role when Abramovich was in charge, and when we had Tuchel and we were going after big name players because that's when we were competing with in the Premier League. I just think we're now kind of shifting over to we're
You
not
weren't
gonna
really
go for
competing with the Premier League. You're competing with the Champions League.
Champions League. But now we're not doing any of those. So now we're kind of focusing to the future in this weird
So the
random
next like
rebuild.
10 years. Well, we have to
Yeah.
wait for 10 years.
That's
for
why they
Chelsea.
signed all their players like 10-year deal or like 7-year deals
Yeah.
or whatever.
Okay. All right, that's interesting. I don't think Chelsea will be in that spot. I'm a bit more down, so we might have to wait about 10 minutes to talk about Chelsea for me. But let's move on to number 7. I have Aston Villa. So I got the chance to see Aston Villa up close at the famous Lower.com stadium, and they ended up losing to the Columbus Crew, which was pretty hysterical because, you had people with Aston Villa kits there and did one chant the entire game, and then they got destroyed. But I think, preseason isn't a complete factor of where they're going to finish. I have them in 7th for a couple reasons. Emery in tournaments and like cups does pretty well, but when he has to juggle both, it's not always the best situation for them. And I think we'll have to see. Onana did score a goal yesterday, but is he going to be as impactful as Douglas Luiz? That's up for debate. I'm not really sure. They are switching their outside backs around a lot. They have like multiple left backs. I think one might be on the way, Moreno. But yeah, I just don't see them making as good of a. And I don't see Ollie Watkins doing as well as he did last year. They did bring in a player that I found really interesting in the winter of last year, Rogers. I do like him as a player, and I think he'll step up coming from the championship. But yeah, I don't see them finishing higher than 7th, so I'm going to go with 7th for them.
Yeah, I went Chelsea at 7. I think they're going to have a much better season than they did last year. You think of it, a lot of their players are still young. They're going to have another year together as a core unit, and they're going to have that growth of being able to play for that next season in the Premier League. I would just say I really think that their inconsistency isn't going to be as bad as it was in the previous season. Their main focus is going to be the Premier League, and are they in the Europa League too, Sam?
Conference League.
Conference
They
League.
Man U had to lose the FA Cup for us to make it in
Okay.
to Europa League. We're in
they're
conference.
in the Conference League. They have to focus on that too, but they have a huge squad, so they can afford to rotate. Like they have multiple players in every position that can play. So I'm not really worried about them depth-wise either. So I think they can withstand both competitions along with the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, and so on. So I think they'll make it to 7. I don't think they'll go any higher. They're not better than Newcastle. They're not better than Tottenham. But they're still a serviceable squad. If they bring in a striker that actually can, lead the front, lead the young group, I guess, they could probably hop into the top 5. But
yeah, I agree with that.
now.
I agree with that too. Watching today's game, there's a lot to like about what Maresca brings to this Chelsea squad. There was a lot of groaning and moaning most of the game, but there was a few spurts at a time, and Kuku looked pretty good. Nico Jackson is still pretty raw, so I do agree that they need to bring in a striker or a proven finisher. I know Gallagher is confirmed to be on his way out again. They have agreed terms with João Felix. Honestly, bringing in João Felix might help us a little bit in certain areas. But I still think we need a proven striker like an Osimhen or an Ivan Toney or a Yacarez or someone.
Ivan Toney would be so good.
Ivan Toney would be great, but they went way too much for how old he is. Like they went like 60 mil for a 28-year-old, 29-year-old. I wouldn't shell out the cash for that. But I do agree with you. I put them in 6, and it's really just a point. I think they'll get 6 just off a point differential between United and 7th, who I had. Going to the Aston Villa, I had them at 9. I think, like you said, like Caleb brought up a point, Unai Emery sucks at juggling multiple competitions at a time. We've seen it with Arsenal. We saw it with Villarreal. We saw it with most of his clubs he's managed. I have them at 9th. I do think Ollie Watkins could probably repeat his production. I just don't think I think losing Douglas Luiz is a big part of your thing, and you're really asking Adu Onana, from who I actually really like, to fill a lot of what Douglas Luiz did. Like you mentioned, left back, they have a ton of left backs. That just means you're going to be rotating a bunch of them, so you're not going to have that complete starter. Is going to be in Madison? Is it going to be Digne? Is it going to be Alex Moreno if he stays? There's rumors that Diego Carlos is on his way out to Fulham by the window's end. So are you committing to Kanza and Pau Torres, who we kind of seen Pau Torres' inconsistency in the Premier League? I will say, and correct me if I'm wrong, Villa has the second best goalie in the Premier League, and Emilio Martinez.
Yeah, I think so.
Him or Ederson?
Okay, I would say he's second best.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say Ederson. Yeah, I would say if you're. I mean, obviously the thing about Ederson is his foot skills kind of boost him, but saving, I'd take Emmy for sure.
Yeah. I love Ederson, but I think Emmy's really good. At 8th place, I have West Ham.
Same.
I like their recruiting, what they did. Fulker.
He's gonna be insane.
He's gonna be good.
I feel like he's gonna be really, really good.
Somerville. Now the question is, who are you starting on the wings? Is it Bowen and Somerville? Is it Paquete and Bowen? Is it Kudus and Bowen? Is it Kudus and Paqueta? Is it Paqueta and Bowen or whoever? I don't know who they're going to start there. And then in the midfield, is it going to be Rodriguez and Souček? Is it going to be Alvarez and Souček? Is it Alvarez and Rodriguez? You have a lot of options, which now signing Lopetegui as your coach, not a huge fan of. I don't think he's a good manager. But all around, I do like the Claire Tobio signing. Tobio, I thought he was going to go to Juventus. I think he will fit perfectly at Juve, but I like the signing here with Matt Prov.
They need a center back.
Matt Provs and Agord if he stays.
I think Sam had some technical difficulty there.
So.
Yeah, I got West Ham in 8th.
If you don't, who do you have at 8th?
I just think with Lopetegui as a manager, I don't think they're going to do a whole lot.
I had Villa at 8.
Okay.
Villa, okay.
You kind of echo some
Villa
of
at 8. I had Chelsea at 7, and then I had West Ham at 9.
Okay.
So
we kind of have the same.
We have the same three. We kind of just interchanged.
At 10, I got Fulham.
Wait. We didn't do 9th. I didn't get to do 9th.
Who'd you have at 9?
Chelsea.
You had Chelsea at 9. Yeah.
And I'd like to point out some things that I'm going to talk about. So I personally think their defense is pretty atrocious in those 3 spots. The 2 center backs and goalkeeper. I think they will not be... Those are some of the weakest spots in the whole field.
I'll agree on the goalkeeper, but on I think Wesley Fofana will do a fine job.
I don't rate him that highly.
I rate him pretty highly.
Will. I don't think he had a good season last year. I don't think.
Chelsea will be fine. They have 8 goalies, right?
Yeah, we can rotate.
They can rotate
actually,
the squad.
We're down. We went from 8 to 6. We have 6 goalies now, so.
Yeah, okay. But anyways,
we sent Selena on loan, and we banished Kepa to Siberia.
He's in the gulag.
Yeah, he's hanging out with Lukaku, and
he's on the front lines.
He's hanging out with Lukaku. They're probably and Kepa. They're all hanging out together. They're playing chess. I like Wesley Fofana. The problem is with Fofana, we haven't really seen him since he got bought because of that ACL tear and his multiple injuries. Cowell, he's raw, he's young. Give him time. He'll be good. Body Shield, same thing. He's young, he's raw.
He's not good.
Give him time. I will say, if we were starting Axel Diassi, I would totally agree with you. And Diassi sucks.
He's atrocious too.
He should not play.
He's the new Milan star, maybe.
I think at 9 is a little too low for Chelsea.
Your midfield, you think that your
midfield is one of the best. If you watch today, no, I'm not saying it's one of the best. If you watch today's game, Lavia, Caicedo, and Enzo were the midfield we wanted last year, but the problem is Lavia got injured. They played very well together against City, and we're talking about a City team. Yes, they scored in the 18th minute, and then Chelsea hung around up until the end, and it was really just a bad pass from who was it? Gusto. That gave it to Kovacic, who then kind of just everybody put in a half of a tackle into it, and he kind of just hit a banger.
And just think, you could literally have
they didn't have Rodri either.
They didn't have Rodri. So yeah, they didn't have Rodri, but but they still had a full team.
Well,
Foden
just
played
think you
in the
could
second
have
half.
Kovacic instead of Lavia right now. You could right now.
Well,
And
I think it was
don't
time
even,
for Kovacic. I think it was time for Kovacic to leave.
Why?
Go.
He's still a quality player.
His wages were too high. He was on his final year of his deal. It was just time for him to go. I don't think he wanted to stay. I don't think he wanted to be part of a
Because you guys
rebuild.
went downhill. Yeah, exactly. I just don't. I don't see your midfield as being that strong. I think they're
I think our
all
midfield's
very
strong.
overrated players. And Nicholas
Did
Jackson.
you not watch Enzo and Caicedo during the Copa America? They were unbelievable. They were very good, and they were very good against City for the most part of the game.
Darwin was really good during Copa too.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, example. Yeah, Darwin was really good.
Doesn't mean he's gonna be good in the Prem though.
Exactly. You never know. But I think today Enzo and Caicedo kind of showed what they were at Copa today. Even though it was like the scoreline's going to say 2-0, but if you actually watched the game and watched how they played very well. They played together. It was a connect 3.
I will be honest, I did not see the whole game, but the first couple minutes they were very shocking, if you ask me.
Well, yeah.
Shocking.
If you are playing in the Premier League and you didn't play really at all during preseason, and this is really just coming back into training, you're not going to be at full fitness after taking like 2-3 weeks off.
McAllister, Gravenberch, Rice.
Gravenberch didn't play.
Bernardo Silva. They all had the same situation.
Okay.
And
Gravenberch didn't go to the Euros.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he
did.
No,
he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. He got cut.
Anyways, all these people. Then why wasn't he at preseason?
I don't know, because they were trying to sell him.
No, they weren't. Slot likes him. All these people didn't have a preseason, but when it's Enzo and Caicedo, they get a pass. But anyways, let's move on.
No, Bernardo. Okay, are you trying to say Bernardo Silva needs a break? No, he doesn't need a break. Bernardo doesn't need a break.
Are his legs different than Caicedo's legs and Enzo's legs? I'm confused.
The fact that you're trying to compare Caicedo and Enzo to Bernardo Silva and Gravenberch to Bernardo Silva is wildly.
Bernardo Silva's a lot more miles on his legs.
Based on okay, we'll say McAllister then. Fine. Based on the time they got with their team in preseason, they all pretty much didn't have any time with their team, and they all played fine apart from Chelsea's midfield. Anyways, and also I'd like to say Maresca will get fired at some point. It's gonna happen, so we'll just say that now. 10th place, I have Crystal Palace. I think with the loss of Elise.
Yeah, Crystal Palace 11th.
Okay, we're basically in the same point.
But we skipped 10th, but I got Fulham.
Okay, you have Fulham in 10th. Okay, why is that?
They're just not that good. Marco Silva's going to get fired for having a mediocrity season once again.
So then who are they going to get? Zidane?
No, they're probably going to call up David Moyes out of retirement.
Sam Allardyce.
They're going to have Adama Traore be the caretaker.
Casey, who do you have at 10th place?
I have Brighton at 10th, actually. And I think they still have a really solid squad. They did just beat Everton 3-0.
Congratulations, Everton. Oh.
They bring in Menta from Newcastle. I don't know. I still think they have a solid squad. So they have a really balanced squad. More so than these other ones that have a few star players, I guess. But I think they're able to score. They're able to defend. I mean, they can press. They can pass the ball around. Like they don't have many weaknesses, I think.
Okay. I got them. I got Crystal Palace and or wait, were we on 10 or 11?
10.
Okay, 10. Yeah, I got Fulham. You already know why. Brighton, I got them at 15th.
I have 13th for them. I was kind of worried about the new guy. I like St. Pauli. Apart from now, pretty much. But prior to this year, I was like, all right, they're a pretty cool team. But they have their old manager, and I was just a little worried about the guy, so I put him at 13th.
I put him at 15th because De Zerbi is a way better manager, and they just.
I think they'll surprise you.
They got a good 6 though from Feyenoord actually.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, Wefer or Weffer, whatever.
I didn't want to try and pronounce his name, and you just did it, so I didn't want to say it.
Wefer or something.
Yeah.
It
It's
starts with a
Wieffe
Yeah,
or something like
he,
that.
he's
Yeah.
decent. He's a decent shout. I think Deserby is. I think they're just gonna fall off without Deserby. I think Deserby
Well,
was.
we all
I think
kind of put that,
Deserby
right?
was gonna
Where did
be-
they
I
finish
think
last year?
top 10. I think.
Yeah, so we all predicted a fall off.
Mm-hmm. I got Crystal Palace in 11th. Okay, so we just flipped ours.
I have
Crystal
Brentford.
Palace is
I have
12.
Brentford. I feel like they're gonna have a sneaky season. I feel like they will.
I got them in 13th,
Okay.
and that's just because they still have Ivan Toney. Once they saw Ivan Toney,
I also have them in 13.
then they're probably gonna.
Well, didn't they buy a backup? They bought someone, right?
Yeah, they bought Igor.
Igor. Yeah.
Igor, who's not gonna play until December, but
From Winnie the Pooh.
he is injured. He got injured in the first preseason game. He hurt his knee. He's on
Ooh.
crutches. He's on crutches, so he is not playing until December.
Yikes.
So good. So they're playing Wisa up front.
Wisa's a
Dude.
good player. Don't disrespect him.
He was their top scorer last year. Wisa was, but I think they're gonna right now. Al Hilaj or no
Al
Ali put in a 35 million bid for Tony, and he was left off the squad this week. That's why he didn't play. I do like Brentford. I love Emblemo. He's a beast. He's
Yeah.
too good.
Yeah.
Liverpool think about buying him.
Not
Once
really.
the law leaves.
Not really.
I like Crystal Palace. They're pretty good. I like Mateta. What I saw from him at the Olympics, what I saw from last season. I think losing Elise, they'll still be fine. They got they brought in. They still have Ezzy. They have Wharton.
Yeah. And a
I
new
believe
coach.
They brought new coach. Glasser was there last year.
A little bit. A little bit.
They brought in Ismail Sarr, who is familiar with the Premier League with Watford.
Casey's familiar with him.
He had a good season at
He's
Marseille.
familiar with beating Liverpool.
Oh,
So
okay.
he's good.
Invincible
I like him.
Liverpool.
In 12th place, I got the guys that are back in the Premier League. Leicester City.
That is a hot take.
Leicester City.
That is a hot
That's
take.
crazy.
With
I
Steve
have them.
Cooper at the helm.
They're getting relegated, man.
I like them. I
Okay,
think they can pull it off.
explain yourself on that one. We need
Yes.
some explanation. We need some
Steven
context.
Cooper, not my favorite choice. I honestly kind of thought Enzo Maresca was going to stay. I just like
He
the
wanted
people
the
they brought
money.
in. I like who they brought in. They brought in a good center back in Caleb Coley from Atalanta, who had a great season last year. They brought in Henry Winks. They were able to keep Ndidi. They also brought in a young player from Brighton. I forget his name. Facundo Butanati. I like what they did there. Still got a proven goal scorer in Jamie Vardy, who can give you like 10 goals. I think they'll just manage to stay up. They signed Bobby Reed from Fulham, who's a decent player. We've seen him play for
Is that
Jamaica and
12th
Fulham.
place good enough, though? Are they good enough for
I
12th
think-
place?
I think they're 12th place material.
This isn't old
I just-
Leicester. This is now Leicester.
I know it's not old Leicester, but they still have a decent team. They still have a good keeper in Hermansen, the Danish keeper. They still have Ricardo Pereira. They still have Vestergaard.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
They got a decent team. They got a decent team.
Yeah,
I
who's
could
got
see-
15, bud?
I could see
13
it,
I already
but
said,
I don't
Brentford.
bet.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I have
That's right,
Brighton
too.
13th. Yeah, like I said with the manager. Yeah, I don't. I was kinda worried
14th,
about
I
it.
got Wolves.
14th, I got Bournemouth.
Wolves.
So I think you guys skipped my 12th team, but I have Bournemouth there, and then I have Fulham at 14th. Yeah, I think something's gonna happen for Fulham. I don't know. I feel like they're gonna have a stretch of bad luck. I don't know why. I feel like they're better than a 14th place team, but that's where I see them. And then 15th, if I could go again, actually, I have Leicester City there. So I don't see them doing that great, but I see them surviving.
Yeah, I had Brighton at 15th. I had Wolves at
Crazy.
14th.
That's
I
crazy.
got,
know.
of
Wolves at,
Brighton.
I got Wolves at 15.
Well, last year I said Wolves were going to get relegated, and that didn't happen. Which, honestly, they were probably close to being relegated.
Yeah, what
I
were they?
can't-
Yeah, well, Neto got sold, so.
Neto did get sold. They finished last year.
They didn't really do much. I mean,
No, they finished 14th.
So
So where I have them finishing this year.
cashed in.
They really didn't do a whole lot in the transfer portal, and they lost Pedro Neto, who was a big player for them. and they lost Max Kilman at defense. And they let Rui Patricio walk. He's not there anymore. Who else? They just, I don't know.
They didn't get any better. They got worse.
Tom Doyle
drop-off.
from Man City, who's young, and then Rodrigo Gomez from Braga, and Pedro Lima from Brazil. They're all young.
Rodrigo.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Gary O'Neill's. I don't think Gary O'Neill's a good
Rodrigo.
manager either, so I think he's out.
I think he is a good manager, but he's going to be dealing with some rough patches, which I have him lower than you guys. So.
15th, I had Brighton. Who'd you guys have at 15?
Leicester.
Wolves.
Okay. 16. I have Everton.
Same here.
I have Nottingham.
I
think Nottingham will stay up this season. I don't think they're gonna do great, but I think they have enough squad depth where they can stay up. I think
good enough squad depth, as in like the quality of players in the squad.
No, it's not great. It's not great, but it's good enough to stay up. I mean, they're better than the teams. They have better teams than the teams.
I think I have them in 18th.
Yep, same here.
Maybe if they fire Nuno Espirito, they could stay up because he's not a good manager.
They got to bring back Sam Allardyce.
They have a certain goalie that's going to carry him this season.
If you're gonna say Matt Turner, it's definitely not.
He has been atrocious.
It's definitely going to be their new signing, if anything. Goalie, the 6'8" goalie from Brazil, Carlos.
That's who I meant, dude. What are you talking about?
No, you were going to say Matt Turner. We all knew you were going to say Matt Turner. They made some good signings. They signed Nikola Milenkovic from Fiorentina this year.
I have Everton in 16th. Their team is literally garbage, and the only reason they're going to stay up is because
Sean been able to keep on to Murillo
and Park the Bus Merchant and Hoofball Merchant. So I have them
somehow stole
what?
Nottingham Forest somehow stole Elliot Anderson for like 35 million.
Yeah, that was a lot of money for him.
They still have Tawani, but I do like the Milenkovic signing. They signed from Fiorentina, but they are going down this year.
Yeah, I agree.
16th, Everton. If they can keep over in the Calvert-Lewin, I like what they did. If they can reinvest that money that they got for Onana, hopefully by the end of the window.
Which they probably won't.
I think they will.
They'll bring in Andros Townsend or something.
Oh, he's definitely not coming up.
Him and Ashley Young running down the wing.
I don't know. Everton's going to be that team that stays up. I do like the India signing from Marseille, and I like the Jake O'Brien from Lyon signing. That was pretty good. They sold Godfrey, who I didn't think was that great.
Yeah.
They made Jack Harrison's loan permanent, I believe. Then they brought in Lindstrom from Napoli.
Yeah, that's the only positive thing they really did this summer.
I don't know. India can play striker. He played decently well at Marseille last year.
It's hilarious because every single summer, Everton buys some new striker, and then he literally just doesn't do anything the entire time.
Yeah, Beto.
Like, every single time.
Beto.
Oh, I dream of playing at Goodison Park since I was a kid. Yeah, okay, good one.
All right. Beto. 17. Wolves. I got Everton.
I got Bournemouth.
Everton just missing. What?
Explain yourself, Sam.
You need to flip Leicester and Bournemouth, dude.
Yeah, Bournemouth way higher.
Are you trying to say that Evan Cillian is going to replicate the same amount of goals that Dominic Solanke did?
He'll be around there, maybe.
No, he won't.
Maybe a couple less or a couple
Didn't
more.
They just bring in a new striker?
Yeah, Evanson.
Yeah,
Evan Lacin.
He's not going to be horrible though.
He'll be good.
You bring him in. Other than that, you have who you made permanent.
Other than replacing Solanke.
No, he's good too.
He was decent at the end of the season. You brought in Araujo from Barcelona.
He's going to be good.
Yeah,
dude.
There's another one. See?
And then Hussein from Juventus.
And you're saying 17th with these guys.
I'm saying 17th. You lose Lloyd Kelly, who was a star.
You're pointing all the reasons why I put them like 12th or 13th
seriously.
or whatever.
I didn't get to explain it, but these are all good signings in my opinion.
They're decent signings, but The team just
Dude, you are. This is the thing.
right.
I think you overrate Spurs because of Solanke, and then now you're underrating Bournemouth because Solanke left. That's
No.
my opinion. That's how I see it.
Solanke
Well,
was
he's
their team.
overrating Solanke, I guess.
Solanke was their team. It's just Tyler Adams isn't going to stay healthy.
Isn't that what people said about Bournemouth too? And then they got what, like 12th or something?
Last year?
Yeah, what they get last year?
12th?
Yeah.
That's where I have him this year.
And Ivan Toney, what did he play last year? How many games?
But that's Brentford, dude.
That's Brentford.
That's what I meant.
Is that who you've been talking about?
Yeah, Brentford, dude. People said Ivan Toney was their whole team, and then he didn't even play last season.
Yeah, because he was sports betting. Solanke was Brighton. Okay, but you're talking about Bournemouth that lost Solanke. You're really going to rely on a guy that's never played in the Premier League or in the top 5 league to
They have
give
Unal
you
as
19
well.
goals. Okay, Unal's gave you, 2 goals last season? 3
Put
goals
both
last
of them
season?
together. That could
Okay.
be something.
You lose Luis Sinistera, who was a really good part of your team. You probably aren't going to have Tyler Adams for the first half of the Premier League season. Araujo is young,
He'll be good.
not really proven.
He'll be good.
You lose Lloyd Kelly, who is a really good defender for you. Who you're
And
replacing
they
him with?
Probably upgraded on that one, but
Not really. Yes, you have Kurzik, their left back. Are you really trusting Neto in goal? Because I'm not.
okay, that is
Look
that.
how
Okay,
look how well that
like,
did.
it's not like we're putting them in the top 4, bro. It's literally like we put them in 12. Like I
got
don't
them in
see them
17.
going in 17. That's very low, actually.
I have them in 17th. And they lose the best player ever, Jamal Lowe. Nah, I'm just kidding. He's terrible. He's terrible.
Yeah, sure.
He's terrible.
All right,
All right.
I'm switching it. Everton's going down. Everton's in 18th. Southampton's staying up. Southampton's in 17th. Cameron Archer, man. Cameron Archer is going to get him up. He's going to keep him up.
relegation-
No, you're not. saying
Deadline
that.
day. Deadline day for the prediction. Southampton stays up.
The relegation teams for me: Nottingham Forest, Southampton, and Ipswich. They're all down.
Do you have
See ya.
it in
Leicester's
is
going
that your
down,
order?
man.
Hold on.
They're getting
Yeah.
2 different points deductions. It's over for them.
Casey,
They're going down.
Sam, is that your order?
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest, Southampton, Ipswich.
Yeah.
I have the same except Ipswich and Southampton are switched.
So they're still getting relegated.
Everton 18, Ipswich 19, and Leicester 20.
Leicester 20?
Leicester 20.
They're getting 2 different points deductions this season, dude. What do you mean?
Wait, since when are they getting points deductions?
They broke spending rules, dude.
Oh shoot, I didn't even think of that.
You gotta do your research.
They'll
man.
still be fine. They'll probably lose like 2.
How many points are they getting dropped? 10? If it's 10 points,
Leicester
they're probably
City are
getting...
reportedly facing 2 separate points deductions from the Premier League season for allegedly breaking spending rules.
Okay.
According to the goal.
As they go out and
Nottingham staying up. I'm calling it now. Nottingham Forest.
I told you Nottingham is staying up.
that was reported 14 hours ago, and then 21 minutes ago, Leicester to pay 20.
Maybe you should have done your
plus
up-to-date
5
research,
million
Samuel.
for Oliver Skip.
Nottingham Forest is getting 17th. Wolves is moving up one. Leicester's getting 18th. Now I'm done. It's official.
Apparently they had a bigger loss in 2020 to 2023, exceeding 105 million over the limit.
Hey, it doesn't matter. Oliver Skip's gonna save the day. 25 million.
They're okay. Wait. Hold on.
They lost 215 million over 3 years, and they spent 105 million more than they were supposed to.
So they're under sustainability rules for spending too much, and then they spend 35 million on Oliver Skip. You can't write this. You can't write this.
They're in 20th. They're gonna get drop points. 20
I just want to say,
I'm not calling it.
I just want to say why Arsenal will now get second. They are almost ready to complete a 25 million euro deal for Mike Minro from Real Sociedad.
All right, doesn't matter. We're talking about relegation
Who's
here, bud.
that's
And relegation is Everton, Ipswich Town, and Leicester City are going back down. They're not making 12th place, Samuel. Do your research, man.
All right, I'm not putting them 20th. I think they'll still do okay, but,
Yeah,
but with
they'll
the
stay
points
up.
deduction, yeah, they're
They're
cooked.
gonna lose 20
They'll stay up.
points.
They'll
dude.
stay up. Okay, Everton had a points deduction last year, and they still stayed up.
Because
Dude,
they have Sean
have money
Dyche.
to spend.
Okay, Leicester have Stephen Cooper.
Leicester broke spending rules. They have no money to spend.
As they go out and spend $35 million on Oliver Skip.
And
Yeah.
you still don't think they're gonna be guilty?
Ledge.
Allegedly, it's true. It is
All
alleged.
right. So that wraps up our standings. Now the individual, real quick. Player of the year, rapid fire.
Haaland.
Haaland, yeah.
You know, I also went with Haaland. Good job, guys.
I mean,
really
it's
was
the same
like-
bet, I think.
I was actually thinking about putting Rodri down, just as a shout. Young player of the year,
I don't know if you guys are ready for my hot take here.
Cole Palmer.
Will he be of age for that?
Yes, because he's only 22. You have to be 23 or younger.
Xerxes.
Because Foden won it last year.
I'm going to go with Mr. Harvey Elliott.
The guy that's going to play like 15 minutes,
Hey,
or
hot
15
take,
Premier
hot
League
take,
games.
hot take, hot
The
take.
guy that's going
hot
to play
take,
15
hot take,
Premier League
hot
games,
take.
and
Are
that's
you ready
it.
for it? Soboslai will not be the starter for very much longer. And it will be Harvey Elliott soon.
All right, if Soboslai's not playing, can I change my prediction to Liverpool outside the top 5?
No, that's just my hot take. I'm not saying it's going to happen.
Dude, Fabio Carvalho has a better chance of winning Young Player of the Year than Harvey
I
Elliott
disagree with that.
because he's going to play more
That's
at Brentford.
I don't
pretty
know about that.
crazy.
I got Palmer. Who do you got?
For
Young player.
Young player. You
I
can say
think
yours.
it's, I already said it's gonna be Xerxes, bro.
Oh,
Oh,
Xerxes.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know
Dude,
about
he's
that.
going to share time with Hoyland.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
He's gonna score a bunch of
Yeah.
goals, and then
Um,
he's gonna be trusted by the manager. He's gonna play every game.
All right. Top scorer.
Do we
Alan.
even have to say
Alan.
it? Yeah.
Yeah. Top assist.
De Bruyne.
Yeah.
KDB.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're all kind of
Okay.
copying, but not.
Clean sheets.
You know? I went with I believe it's a repeat. I went with Raya, even though I don't think he's the best goalie. I think Arsenal kind of just have it as like a bunch of 1-2-0 games. I'm going to say him again.
I'm gonna say Raya as well, even though I don't really want to.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it. I just.
Vicario.
Of course. There's the overrating of Tottenham again. The Chelsea fan loves
The
Tottenham
whole
now.
thing, you said, oh, they don't have any defense, and then 1 year later, oh, they're gonna have the most clean sheets.
Manager on the hot seat.
I have more than one.
Yeah, we know.
Obviously, Maresca. I brought that up because Chelsea are kind of rough right now. I have Nuno as well. I do have Silva from Fulham, and then Eddie Howe. If he takes the England job, he might push to do that.
Sean Dyche.
I also went with Sean Dyche
Wow.
and Stephen Cooper.
Wow.
Sean Dyche is going out.
Sean Dyche, Nuno Espirito, and Stephen Cooper.
Yeah. What about flop of the season? I want to hear your guys' is on this one.
Like flop transfer?
Yeah.
I went with 2 people.
Okay.
One is if the transfer gets through, it's Brighton buying Reuter for about $35 million.
So you
From
picked
Leeds.
a deal that isn't even completed.
It's pretty much almost. I said I have one if it goes through and one that is completed.
Okay.
Ready for
Well, it's
this?
just gonna be funny in like a year from now when we review these, and he's literally on like freaking Leon
Well,
or
it's,
something.
no, he's getting bought, but I think it's pretty much all the way done. I think he just has to do his medical.
I mean, you say that about a lot of transfers, so I'm not really sure if I trust you on that.
Pedro
one.
Neto.
I have him on mine too. Oh, I have him on mine.
70 million, bro. Are you kidding? This is the Havertz of
Apparently,
this
okay.
year.
I don't know if this is true.
Reuter is set to join Brighton because Hoffenheim is reportedly receiving 6 to 7 million for the Reuter move from Leeds to Brighton. So yes, it is going through. So Reuter.
Okay, I don't know if this is 100% true. I did put Neto as well, but I saw a thing. I don't know if it was just a joke or whatever, but saying that like Maguire has more Premier League goals than Neto or something like that.
That's probably not true.
I'd like to, can you fact check that, Sam?
Yeah.
please?
I went with
Wait.
if
I
you
wasn't
watch-
finished. I wasn't finished. Okay, go ahead. Let me
Okay.
come back. Come back to me.
I was just gonna say about Neto. He when he came on today, he looked very good.
Okay.
He definitely.
That's what Chelsea fans said about Lukaku when he came.
He honestly he probably should have started. I don't know why we started Who do we start at left wing? Who do we start? Crap. I don't even remember.
Nkuku. You started Nkuku left.
Oh, yeah, and Cuckoo, which honestly I kind of wish we played him in. And Cuckoo was pretty good. But Neto, when he came on, he looked very dynamic, very good.
Okay. Let me land. I don't know if this is going to be 100%. I have Elliot Anderson, one you guys brought up earlier. I think, what is it, 40 million? I feel like that's really steep.
35.
Still. I feel like that's kind of steep for him. And I have one that's maybe out of the blue here. Illing Jr. So, if you guys play FIFA, right, you know that this guy is good on FIFA. And he's quick, and he's good, and has some, skills. Seeing him in the flesh didn't hit me. Did not hit at all. I don't think he's going to be any good. I'm going to say he won't play very much, or he'll just be bad.
All right, most underrated signing. How about
Wait. Most underrated signing?
Underrated signing.
Did you say
like under the radar.
Wait, hold on. You said Illing Jr.?
Yes.
Dude's not even going to play more than like 15, 20 games.
Okay, so
He's
there
too
you go.
young.
That just proves my point.
Want to
then.
go
Okay.
fast forward backtrack real quick. Maguire only has 13 Premier League goals. Neto has 29.
Okay, so that was
and also, I also had someone else as a flop. Lenny Euro.
Stop, dude.
At the end of the season when Lenny Euro is always injured and becomes the next Harry Maguire.
It could happen, Casey. I mean, Liverpool passed on the guy. They were worried he wasn't going to be.
Yeah,
he was going to be
Liverpool
fifth choice.
Can't afford him. That's why.
You talking about underrated signing or top signing?
Underrated signing, under the radar.
Oh, under the radar. I did not have this on the.
No, just either or.
My top transfer, Solanke and Calfori. So
no, underrated, dude. Not.
Oh, underrated. Oh,
not best transfer.
Oh,
underrated.
Oh,
transfer.
I wrote down best transfer. I thought that's what we were doing.
Well, we can do that too.
Okay, underrated. I'm thinking it's Rodriguez or Fulker from West Ham.
Yeah, it could be Fulkrug. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna agree with you, Fulkrug. He's not underrated though. He's not underrated.
Well, compared to some of the other signings that
I've got
happened
one
this summer.
that's underrated.
What?
Go on. Who is it?
Fabio Carvalho.
Ooh, that's a good shout. That's a good shout.
That's
a good shout.
I think after he led Apollo City last year, he's going to have a great season.
Yeah, I hope so. I think Liverpool's going to regret.
Well. I think Liverpool's going to
regret it.
Oh, 100%. We will 100% agree with this. We will 100% regret it. Like, there's no chance that kid is going to be bad or barely play.
And he's only 21.
He's going to be good. He's going to be very good. I put for top transfer, I think De Ligt, honestly, is one of the most underrated players. I think he's going to be good. As much as I hate to say it, he's going to be good.
Solanke.
I had Solanke too.
You overrated Solanke so much.
He's going to bag in a lot of goals. I mean,
yeah, he is.
It's just,
you got Solanke down the middle. You got Kulusevski and you got Brennan Johnson on the wings, and you got James Madison behind. That's what Tottenham needs. He's going to be Harry
Kane who can't create for others. That's what he is.
Exactly. That's all you need him to do is score goals.
Yeah, but they weren't great when Harry Kane was even there, so he's not. They're not going to finish
under
top
Pochettino.
4.
They got second.
Did we
do? They don't have Pochettino anymore.
Okay.
Did we do Manager of the Year?
Okay, we all know it's going to be Pep. So
it's going to be Pep, dude.
What's your reasoning?
Because he's going to win his seventh.
He's going to win
his 7th Premier League title out of 8 years being there. Give it to him. Honestly,
yeah.
Name the Manager of the Year, the Pep Guardiola Trophy of the Year. At this point,
I think he's gonna win it as well. I think just because he's about to leave too, he's gonna win the Prem. Like they're gonna give it to him as you're done.
Hey, crazy shout.
You can say Ange.
No, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say.
Ante Postecoglou.
Eric Ten Hag.
Okay, go home.
Stop. All right, I want to hear your guys on this one because I don't know if you wrote this one down. I put major exits.
One of the Liverpool boys on their last year of their deal.
You could say all of them. We might lose
Liverpool's
all of them.
Liverpool's gonna have at least one exit, at least.
Oh, I think Van Dijk's leaving because they have not even offered him a new contract, and they're not even going to talk about contracts. So, see you.
Well, I have one from your team, Skelt. Reece James, I think, will leave the club.
Who's going to buy him? Who's going to buy him?
I don't know.
Who's going to buy him?
Wolves.
Who's going to buy him?
Bayern.
Villa.
Why would Bayern buy him?
Dortmund.
Why would Dortmund buy him?
Girona.
Real
Yeah,
Madrid.
that's enough.
And I also have Ivan Toney, which now that you said that, Sam, I didn't know that. It's looking more
Tony's
likely.
probably gonna
so.
leave this summer. I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be one of the Liverpool
Is
boys.
Harry Winks a good shout
Who?
What is he?
for next season
He's
to
gonna,
leave?
he's gonna leave Leicester when they get
They're
relegated.
gonna get relegated. He's gonna leave.
Him and Skip leave, and they both go back to Tottenham.
So they have a midfield of Harry Winks and Oliver Skip.
And Ndidi.
Hey, nice cat.
Yeah, nice cat.
I got the kitten mittens from
Dark horse.
Patty's Pub.
You guys have a dark horse? I got West Ham as my dark horse.
Yeah, them or Newcastle.
Hey, I had them too.
I mean, based on our rankings, I
Man
think
U,
that-
dude. Man U's the dark horse.
And the only reason I have Newcastle below Liverpool is because of goal differential. I would have put Newcastle ahead of Liverpool if I really wanted to.
God, you're something else.
Yeah, Liverpool's gonna be at like 12 or something.
What about most improved player?
Well, can I do Ollie Watkins again?
No.
Again?
No, that's a joke. No, most improved. It's got to be
Like, did they have to play in the Prem last year?
I mean,
Well,
I guess not.
no, but it makes more sense to say someone.
does, yeah.
I'm gonna go
Kai Havertz.
Who?
Kai
Kai
Havertz.
Havertz.
Didn't we all say he was like the flop of the signing last year, and now he's
He
gonna be
didn't
most
do that
improved?
well that last season though. He was all right.
This
but,
season
like,
he
had-
went- He had 13 and 7, which isn't terrible, but
yeah, but I think he's gonna get more games. He's gonna get a lot of game time, and especially up top.
I
Especially
don't know.
if they don't
Jesus
sign
has looked
any
Jesus
striker.
has looked good this preseason, so he
No,
might be
Yeah,
starting.
but I don't think Arteta trusts him over.
I'm
Yeah,
going
I
with
think he likes Havertz better.
I'm going with Eze from Crystal Palace since Elise left. He is going to be more of that creator, and he's gonna bag in some goals, and he's gonna be a top. I think he's gonna have double-digit assists.
Before I do mine, did you guys see that his free kick got called off today because one
Yeah.
of his teammates fouled someone?
Yeah,
Like he
which-
literally scored the free kick.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was a really good free kick.
It was awesome free kick, and then they called it
They
back. I
blew
was
the
like,
whistle before the free kick happened, so like they couldn't like review it, which is
That's
stupid.
crazy.
Also, he got bumped a little. I don't think it should have been a foul, but whatever.
yeah, whatever. I am banking on a Mr. Diogo Jota getting injured this year, so
You're
Darwin,
gonna say Nunez. We
most
knew it.
improved player.
How did I know you were gonna say that?
Because
Because
he's
under
gonna
slot,
say it.
he's gonna be good.
Because
I didn't
Nunez.
say it last year.
Nunez is gonna get sold.
No, he's
Not this window, next window.
Jota's gonna get hurt at some point. He's gonna step up.
Did
and it'll
anyone
be-
watch the Liverpool game last year or this week? And every time they showed Nunez, he looked so unhappy, just sitting there the entire game
You know who's
because
not
he
a
was
bad
an
shot.
unused
Jadon
sub.
Sancho.
Sancho? Yeah,
Sancho is on his way out to PSG.
Is he though?
That was Juve.
No, it's PSG now.
Is he actually gonna leave though, or are these
He
just
has-
rumors like there's been for the past few years?
He has green lit the move. It's up to them to decide. On a
Sam,
fee.
did you do who's gonna join the Prem?
No, but I can.
I wrote mine.
Who?
So one I'm really not liking, just based off a clip I saw where the goalkeeper of this team took out two players in one play and got a red card for both because of both challenges were both yellow cards. So I picked Luton. Not sure about that one now. I have Leeds and Middlesbrough because of a boy named Aiden Morris. He is.
I thought you were talking about player. I was gonna say Cucho.
Oh! I thought you. No! I'm talking
Oh.
about championship.
Oh,
Cucho.
I got Leeds.
He goes to Villa.
I got Leeds coming back up. I got Burnley coming back up, and I'm going with
Sunderland.
on the backs of Joe Bellingham.
Oh my god. Yikes! That's I don't know about that one. All right, Case, do you have any ideas on it, or
Burnley and Sunderland are probably going up. would love
You
to see-
really think Sunderland's going up?
Sunderland.
And
Sunderland.
Watford. Watford. We're going up, baby. Let's go.
I don't know about that one.
Back to the Prem, baby. Let's go.
Watford will sack Tom Cleverley
Tom Cleverley,
twice.
man.
Tom Cleverley will be sacked twice in one season.
Yeah, he'll be sacked,
Tom
and then
Cleverley.
someone else will be the coach, and then he'll come back after, and then they'll fire him again. And then next year they'll bring him back and then fire him again.
I will say,
Hey, man.
Watford and Sunderland are in second and third, and Burnley's in first. So
We just sold Kone for $19 million, though. I mean,
Yeah, you're selling
So
all your
hopefully-
good players.
we should have some
Yeah.
money to spend.
are you guys relying on Emmanuel
No,
Dennis?
it's just going. It's just
Hey, man, that's cool too. Elton John, man. As long as he's an ambassador, we're in good hands.
He's a
Hey.
legend. Yeah, he's a legend.
They did bring back.
Chelsea don't have a
They
team of
did. They
ambassadors
did bring
either.
back.
Neither do Liverpool.
Hey, they did bring back a club legend in Musa Sissoko on a
Yeah,
free.
He is a legend. He is a legend.
For free. For 30, the 35-year-old is back. He will bang in 0 goals.
He will miss the shots 100% of the time.
He'll bang in more goals than half of Chelsea's squad this season.
Probably.
They will be relying on a
They're all gonna be
35-year-old.
on
They
loan
will
on
be
the bench.
relying on a 35-year-old, a 34-year-old Musa Sissoko and a 32-year-old Tom Ince for goals.
Is
Well,
Andre
we're not
Gray
really
still on the?
rely- we're
Wait,
not
is Andre
relying
Gray
on
still
No,
on the?
Sissoko,
Andre Gray is
I
not
mean-
on the squad.
We're not really relying on Sissoko. He's
And
on.
they're
He's in
Detroit-
the
Detroit,
squad.
Detroit
They
come out
are-
of retirement.
There is a good chance they do sell their up-and-coming young player from Colombia in Yasser Asprilla.
I hope not, man. He needs to stay.
He needs to leave because
Shut up, Sam.
Dortmund is reported
Cole
to.
Palmer needs
Oh,
to leave.
Actually, sorry, 2 weeks ago, Watford has accepted a 25 mil bid from Rennes for
Dude,
Asprilla.
we are getting a lot of money in, dude. If we don't spend any money, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah, Tom Cleverley compared Asprilla to Jude Bellingham. So, Tom Cleverley, you are not smart.
All right, we're getting a little off topic. I'm excited for this time next year, August of 2025, to be able to review how good or bad these predictions are. I think maybe I have some hot takes, and I think Sam and Casey, they have some interesting ones as well. Casey and I agreed a lot on the standings. Sam, you had some wild cards in there, but you
Me
know.
and Casey agreed on a lot of them. They're just not in the. They were like 1 or 2 spots off each other.
Yeah, except Leicester. 'cause they're
Leicester and
going down.
Bournemouth.
Okay.
Leicester's going down, dude. You
Other
know
than
it.
those two, we were pretty close. And then the United one, which
I'm just excited for it. I'm excited for the season. I think this might be one of the best seasons, honestly. I just have a good feeling about it. Just coming out of the Euros, coming out of Copa. I have a good feeling about this year, and
all the leagues have pretty much kicked off except the Bundesliga, which, well, we're really
Slacking.
more.
slacking.
Yeah. Well, that wraps up our Premier League episode predictions. Next week will be a normal soccer podcast. We'll definitely talk about the Crew because they are in the semifinals of League's Cup. MLS representing in the remaining 4. We love to see it. La Liga kicked off. Barca got the dub.
Real quick, how did Madrid do today, Sam? He's cutting out, I think.
He quit talking.
No,
Barca
I'd like to
top
say,
of the table, baby. Barca top of the table.
I'd
Let's
like to
go.
say,
Oh.
the shouts of Furlan Mendy being the best left back in the world, and he gets a red card today.
That
I will say
that was
too,
bad. That was a bad time.
top of the table in the Prem right now is also Brighton. You guys,
Oh,
talk
because
about crap on.
who they play? Everton, the horrible team.
And
the team is going down. And you guys said we'll
yeah,
stand
they're
up.
tied on first, aren't they? Because of
Yeah, they
goals?
just have the most
they're in
goals.
first.
They have
They
the
have
most
better goal
goals.
difference.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Hey, how's Real Madrid? Oh wait, they're in like 14th right now.
They tied. Give it a
Yeah,
rest.
they tied.
They
They
will
suck.
win La Liga. I
Yeah,
got.
that's at Mallorca.
I got.
Barca, baby, let's go, Barca.
Atletico's winning the title. We all know it.
Lewandowski top goal scorer prediction.
Atletico's winning the title. We all know it.
That's my hot take. Lewandowski top scorer in La Liga this season.
Hey, I got Barca in third.
Sam, who's gonna be La Liga's top scorer right now in the season?
Killian.
I'm gonna
Lewa,
love.
baby, Lewa.
I am gonna love both of your conversations because it is
I
gonna
got
be
Atletico.
hilarious.
I got Atletico in second.
I got him first.
I got Real in first. I got Barca in third.
Atletico's
Atletico's
getting the
in
top.
Because they're about to
Bro.
sell Gundogan.
No, they're not.
No, they're
Aw.
not. I saw they were.
Hey, how's Omo doing?
He's not fit yet, dude. He came back
No,
from the
he's
Euros.
fit.
No,
He's
they
not
said that-
registered.
He's just not
They said
registered.
he's not fit yet, dude.
Because they decided to register Arajo.
He's not fit. That's what they said.
No, they said he's not registered.
Nah.
Danny Elmo.
All right, guys. That has been an episode of the Net to Net podcast, your Premier League standings and predictions edition. Caleb and Skelt, you have anything else to add before we close off here?
Yeah. Look forward to more soccer episodes. We'll be back, like I said, next week. College football 2 Saturdays away. Already did my predictions again for that. Reacting to the top 10. That was preseason ranked. NBA will probably do something soon because they did just release the schedule. NFL is a month away. Get ready for that. I'll probably do something right after preseason ends because it's really hard to judge teams and how they look based off of not really seeing their stars playing. So look forward to those. And then for you boys, I'm thinking maybe not this next episode, but the next episode, we're going to do a rebuild, boys. I'm going to put it together.
I was just watching.
Yeah, I got the inspiration from Box to Box. I love what they do over there.
They're legends over there.
Shouts to them. Does anyone realize that Varvar kind of looks like Danny Carvajal? Or is it just me? But he kind of does. But I don't
know about that.
I love their shout.
Wait, real quick. Who is your favorite on Box to Box? I'd like to hear.
I like Varvar just because he says random stuff, which is really funny. And
he's like you. He says random things. I agree.
Yeah. I like Paula. And I like Millie too. I like Millie.
Millie's my favorite by far. And I like Firms. The hipster
Firms
FC
funny.
or whatever.
Yes. We are going to do a rebuild. And I'll let you guys think about this. I got 3 teams in mind for it.
Okay.
One's in the Prem, one's in La Liga, and one is in Serie A. Premier League team, we will rebuild. It's gonna be you two. I'll host it. I'll come up with everything.
Is it just gonna be me versus Casey?
It's gonna be you two.
Done for. It's over. I got so FIFA, man.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that.
No, I know. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know what they do.
So we're gonna rebuild. It's gonna be Liverpool in the Prem. It is in Serie A. We're gonna do Juve.
They just made a video about that. I was watching it.
Sorry, not Juve. We're going to do Napoli. And in La Liga...
Is this with or without Osimhen?
He's still there.
He's still there, so we'll do him.
Okay.
And we'll do Barca. Those are the 3 teams that we'll do.
I'd like to see you two do the Barca one, though. Okay.
Come on, you coolers.
All right, fine. I got this. We'll do it like this.
No, I'll do the Barca one.
Okay.
I want to do it.
Are we going to do Barca?
I'll do the Liverpool one.
Yeah, Liverpool. You want to do Barca. All right. Okay.
No, but it's competing against each other.
We'll both do Napoli.
Yeah.
No, it's competing against each other.
Yeah, you can pick which team we do first.
So, for example, like if we both want, we'd start out like Ter Stegen. We could either sell or keep him. And then, Sam would determine. Oh, we're talking about determining transfer values. Sam would determine the transfer value. Let's say it's, I don't know, 7 mil or something.
Yeah.
And then if we sold him, that goes into our budget.
And then you get 3 tiers. You get three options, like the top option, the middle option, and the lowest value, or the least amount of money. And then if you guys want the same person, it's a bidding war.
Yeah. So there was an interesting one with the Juve one. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
I saw it.
But they allowed for a bench player to take.
Yeah, it was Locatelli. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they sold Thuram.
I think that was interesting. So
that was interesting.
Anyways,
but
I'm down for that whenever we do the.
Just tell me
not
which team.
Next one, but the one after.
Yeah. Oh, we can do it the next episode. It's just up to you guys. I just need time to look at it.
Yeah, you got to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any.
All right,
other
guys.
things?
This has been an episode of the Net to Net podcast. We will see you all next week. Give us a follow on all of our platforms. Leave a like, subscribe, follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and so on. And we will see you all next week.
Peace.
See ya.